According to an exit poll conducted for the Irish Times by Ipsos MRBI, the state has voted by a landslide margin to change the constitution so that abortion can be legalized. The poll suggests that the margin of victory for the yes side in the referendum will be 68% to 32%, a stunning victory for the yes side after a long and often divisive campaign. It also finds that 87% of those aged 18 to 24 voted for repeal. You can read the full results here. His analysis of the results, Director of Ipsos MRBI Kieran O'Leary said the exit poll indicated that support for repeal had a broad base, with the majority in most age groups voting in favour. He said that those suggesting that the outcome of this referendum rests solely on the engagement of younger voters should be mindful that there were as many votes cast on Friday in favor of repeal by those aged 65 and older than by those aged 25 and under. You can read his full analysis here. Irish Times political correspondents also discussed the exit poll and its implications in a special episode of Inside Politics, which you can listen to here. Galway East became the first constituency to report an official result, with 60.2% of voters choosing yes, to 39.8% for no. Dublin Central declared soon after, with 76.5% voting for yes. Cork South Central has also gone for yes by 68.84% to 31.16%, while Cork North Central saw a yes victory of about 64% to 36%. Clare voted for yes by 64.28% to 35.72% for no. Kildare South backed repeal by 70.66% to 29.34%. House declared for repeal by 61.35% to 38.65%. Limerick County went for yes by 58.08% to 41.92% for no. Abortion referendum, counting the votes, Wexford saw a yes vote of 68.4% to 31.6% for no, while Wicklow was 74.26% for yes to 25.74% for no. Waterford went for yes by 69.43% to 30.57%. You can follow our results tracker here. If the vote is indeed for repeal, the government will shortly bring forward proposed legislation to the Dáil, but until this is passed, current law remains in place. The government's proposed legislation will make terminations accessible within the first 12 weeks of pregnancy without restriction. Taoiseach Leo Varadkar said on Saturday that he hoped to have the proposed legislation passed within 6 months. Read our full analysis here. The parents of Savita Halaponavar have said they are really happy the Irish people are on course to deliver a strong yes in the abortion referendum. You can read Kitty Holland's interview with them here. Mr. Varadkar said, "I think what we've seen today really is the culmination of a quiet revolution that's taken place in Ireland for the past 10 or 20 years. This has been a great exercise in democracy and the people have spoken." Minister for Health Simon Harris said, "The Eighth Amendment abandoned women in crisis. Women have been told, take the plane, take the boat. Today we say take our hand. Women have been told you are on your own. Today we say we stand with you." Master of the National Maternity Hospital, Dr. Rona Matheny, who campaigned for yes, said the referendum result is all about the women who traveled in difficult circumstances and told their stories. Co-director of Together for Yes Orla O'Connor said the result was due to a grassroots campaign, and "I think what today will show is that this is a people's referendum." Presuming that these exit polls are correct, the public haven't just spoken. This is a resounding roar from Irish people about the horrors of the eighth and how women should no longer be treated as second-class citizens in our society. The other director of Together for Yes, A.L.B. Smith, said, "For those of us who have been campaigning for a long time and all of the younger people we have been campaigning with over the past several months, we are truly stunned and deeply relieved. Most Fianna Fáil TDs will respect the vote in the referendum and not try to frustrate legislation on abortion going through the Dáil," party leader Michael Martin has said. John McGurk, spokesman for Save the Eight, told the Irish Times he had made peace with the result, acknowledging it was an overwhelming majority for yes. Iona Institute spokesman David Quinn acknowledged that many people who voted yes were not pro-abortion, but were pro-choice. He told RTE's Marianne Finucane show, even the expectations of the yes side were surpassed. Cora Sherlock, spokeswoman for the Love Both campaign, said, "This is a very sad day for Ireland, that people have voted for abortion." You can read a more detailed account of reactions from across the country here. Columnist Miriam Lord responded to the vote by saying, "It leaves no doubt. The Irish people have taken ownership of their abortion issue. They have taken it out of the hands of unrepresentative lobby groups and celibate clerics and decided how they want to approach it." She added that the projected result was not a surprise, as you could feel it in the air in the last week of the referendum campaign. Something had changed and something big was about to happen. It was there in the faces of the younger people, out there agitating, unashamed to be seeking basic rights for Irish women, because they were in the right. You can read her full piece here. In his reaction piece, political editor Pat Leahy said the referendum showed that the change in public attitudes in Ireland since 1995 extended to the hot-button issue of abortion, long an area that Ireland by its laws marked itself out as different. Meanwhile, Irish Times Abroad wants to hear from readers living overseas who couldn't have their say in the referendum, or who flew home to vote, about their feelings on the result. You can have your say here.